Hey everyone, today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've never done one of these videos before and it is going to be like a monthly recap for what I watched. So it's the start of August now, it's the 6th of August because I kind of fell behind, but whatever. I'm going to be doing a recap of what I watched in July, what movies I watched in July, and I'm just going to be going through them and telling you very briefly, just because I watched quite a lot, just what I thought about each one. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first movie that I watched in July is The Shining. I watched it on the 3rd of July. I gave it 5 stars. I've seen it so many times, haven't gotten bored of it yet. Favourite movie ever, absolutely loved it. On the 4th of July I watched Doctor Sleep, also gave that 5 stars. Another one of my favourites, haven't gotten bored of it yet. Love every second of that 3-hour movie. I watched the director's cut too. The 5th of July I watched The Hateful Eight, which was another rewatch for me. I watched it a little, about a month prior to that. And I liked it, but I definitely didn't like it nearly as much as any of Tarantino's other stuff. But I watched it again, and I actually liked it a hell of a lot more. I gave it 4.5 stars that time. On the 6th of July, I watched The Departed by Martin Scorsese. Gave that one 4.5 stars. I thought it was an excellent crime, drama, thriller movie. It was 2.5 hours, but it just flew by. On the 7th of July, I watched Fight Club, which is just another one of my favorites. I just watched that again. Really enjoy that movie. I've seen it several times. Find it very, very entertaining, very violent, very good. Also on the 7th of July, I watched Chinatown, which is directed by Roman Polanski, and has Jack Nicholson, and it was incredible. Chinatown was unbelievable. I gave it 4 stars when I watched it, but I retroactively gave it 4.5 stars. I went and changed my rating a few weeks after because it is just incredible. The 9th of July, I watched Salem's Lot again. It's another rewatch for me. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really enjoy that little mini-series thing, and yeah, it's good fun. On the 10th of July, I watched Misery. Gave it 5 stars. Loved that movie. It's fantastic. It's fucking great. On the 11th of July, I watched Dead Silence by James Wan. I gave this movie 1.5 stars. I didn't like it very much. No, it was just a really complex and stupid plot with a really dumb twist ending. It was kind of funny at the ending, with that twist. It was pretty funny, but it was a terrible movie. On the 12th of July, I watched Videodrome by David Cronenberg. I gave it 3 stars. It made next to no sense to me, but it was pretty entertaining, so what the fuck ever. On the 13th of July, I watched The Fly, which is another Cronenberg movie. That was one that intimidated me for a long time because it's just such a scary concept. It just scared me. I had bad dreams about it. Anyway, I finally manned up to my fears and watched it. I gave it 3 stars when I watched it. I changed it to 2.5 stars a couple of weeks after watching it, just because while it is very, very good and great actors, great chemistry between I think it's Vina Davis. I think that's her name. Gina Davis, Vina. What the fuck? I don't know. Anyway, her and Jeff Goldblum were great. I thought it was a really well done movie. Great practical effects, but it was very, very, very sad. And the reason I changed it to 2.5 stars after rating it 3 stars originally is because I'm probably not going to watch it again for a long time, just because of how it's fucking heavy and it's not the kind of thing you expect from an 80s monster creature feature. So I do appreciate it. I can understand why people would like it more than me, but just for my personal taste, wasn't quite for me, but it was still a very good movie. 14th of July, I watched Oculus by Mike Flanagan. I gave that one 4 stars. I thought it was excellent. I found it to be super thrilling, super riveting. Loved the characters, loved the overall concept. I loved the back and forth storyline. Great movie. On the 15th of July, I rewatched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I gave it 4 stars on rewatch. It's just barely edged my way up my Tarantino ranked list. It's just overtaken Kill Bill 2 because Kill Bill 2 does basically nothing for me. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, loved it on rewatch. I thought it was great and yeah, really good. 16th of July, I watched The Grand Budapest Hotel again. This is my 3rd time. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's an excellent movie. I really enjoyed that one, and we'll talk more about that one later. On the 17th of July, I rewatched Midsummer. I gave it 3.5 stars. Again, I gave it 3.5 stars the first time I watched it, a bit over a year ago. I do really quite enjoy that movie, but I just prefer the original Wicker Man, so And Midsummer's very, very self-indulgent, very, very pretentious. You can feel the director just going, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. But I'll stop. It's a good movie though. 18th of July, I'll rewatch Pulp Fiction. I gave it, of course, 5 stars. It is an amazing movie. It's one of my absolute favorite movies ever. I just can't get enough of that movie. It's 2.5 hours, but it just zips by. Anyone who has a go at someone for liking Pulp Fiction just because it's a popular movie can go fucking... On the 19th of July, I watched From Dusk Till Dawn, which is written by Quentin Tarantino, stars Quentin Tarantino alongside his brother, George Clooney, and it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's by no means a perfect movie. It's by no means a great movie, but it is fucking enjoyable. And that is all I want from a movie. I loved From Dusk Till Dawn. I could watch that movie any day. The bonkers twist in the middle just fucking floored me. On the 20th of July, I watched Freaky, which was my least favourite movie of the month. I gave it 1 star. I hated every single second of that movie except for one of the kills, which involves a chainsaw. And that was really cool, but everything else was just shocking. I hated it. Contrived American bullshit. On the 21st of July, I rewatched The Grand Budapest Hotel and I gave it 5 stars on rewatch. I love this movie. There's not a single thing I don't like about it. I'm doing it for school at the moment. I watched that at school actually, and it's so good. It's so goddamn good. It's so great. Also on the 21st of July, that night, once I got home from school, I watched Requiem for a Dream by Darren Aronofsky. I gave it 4 stars. I actually really liked it. It was bleak, and it was heavy, and it was uncomfortable, and it was nasty, but I really, really liked it. It might make me seem like a bit of a hypocrite saying that I really liked Requiem for a Dream, but I wasn't as big a fan of The Fly, even though they're both extremely heavy and depressing films. But I don't know, Requiem for a Dream just really cut deep with me and just really sat with me. I thought it was excellent. The 22nd of June, July? Yeah, June. 22nd, no, July. Yeah, July. Fucking, what am I talking? The 22nd of July, I rewatched Fight Club, and I gave it 5 stars again. I've already talked about it, so I love Fight Club. On the 23rd of July, I rewatched Top Gun Maverick in theaters for the 3rd time. I fucking love Top Gun Maverick. It's just so great. I made a review on it, so you can go see me gush over there. On the 24th of July, now actually, this is a funny story. I watched Top Gun Maverick on the 23rd during the day, and when I got home, I was going to go watch A Clockwork Orange, and I watched the first hour of it, and I got so tired, and I just had to go to sleep. So I watched A Clockwork Orange the next day, which is the 24th of July. So I've seen the first hour of A Clockwork Orange twice, and it was fucking disturbing having to see that twice. But anyway, I gave that movie 4.5 stars. It was very, very funny, but it was very, very disturbing at the same time. It was extremely uncomfortable. I found it to be really it just put you in that position where you're just like, you're watching it and I don't know how to feel about it. And it did some things that just most movies today wouldn't go in there. And that movie was in 1971. I thought it was a great movie, bar one scene, because Alex's mum, whoever played her, just couldn't act to save her fucking life. But aside from her, that movie was great. On the 25th of July, I watched Devil, which was written by M. Night Shyamalan, and I gave it 3 stars. It was pretty good. It was like not a great movie, but it was entertaining, and I had fun with it. 26th of July, I watched Desperation, the adaptation of Stephen King's book with Ron Perlman and Steven Weber and Tom Skerritt. I quite liked it. I gave it 3 stars. As far as TV series go, it had its moments, and it was pretty entertaining for most of it. The ending was pretty shitty, but for the most part, that TV series, it was more like a TV movie, actually, I should say. It was like a bit over 2 hours. It was really, really good. The 27th of July, I watched Cabin Fever by Eli Roth. I gave that movie 2.5 stars because it was bad. It was really bad, but it had a few cool moments here and there, some disgusting things happening. It was alright. I'd watch it again. On the 28th of July, I rewatched Hellraiser, and I gave it 5 stars. It's become one of my new favourite movies. I've always loved it, but I was just thinking the other day, I was just like, man, I really enjoy Hellraiser, don't I? Might watch it again and see what it, and it's just boosted up to one of my favourites of all time. It's fantastic. On the 29th of July, I rewatched Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I gave that one 5 stars. I just really liked that movie. Can't get enough of it. A lot of fun. Stupid, wacky, silly. Great. And then for the last movie of the month, I watched The Godfather on the 30th of July. I gave it 5 stars again. I've seen that movie so many times. It's 3 hours long. It just zips by. Never gets boring. Never gets old. It's a fucking fascinating movie with probably one of the greatest developed characters of all time in Michael Corleone. Anyway, that's my July wrapped. That's what I watched that month. I'll do another one for August too. I know it's the 6th of August as I'm filming. I'll hopefully get it up on the 6th of August too. But yeah, that's what I watched, and I'll see you all later. Bye.